You guys good? All right. Obviously, this is a big win. A lot of reasons. Pac-12 opponent. It was ugly. It wasn't always pretty. But the one thing you couldn't measure is the heart of our kids. They came out of the locker room. They were prettier than we were. But you can't measure the heart. I can't tell you how proud I am of this team. The first thing I told them when we got in the locker room is how much I love them and how proud I am. We found a way. And we ran it well enough. We kept them off the field. I don't care how many yards we gave up. We bowed up in the red zone. We forced field goal attempts. Fortunately for us, our guy had a better night than their guy did. But sometimes you make your own luck. I thought that our quarterback was effective. Obviously, he's a runner as well. And we were going to make them defend that. We had some wrinkles in the game plan that it didn't matter who used to coach here. They weren't going to have it. We came out in a lot of unbalance because we felt like we could kind of predict the front, which we were okay. On the negative side, too many penalties, but we were going to have to play aggressive tonight. We knew that. We were going to have to try to be physical, kind of walk that line. But again, I mean, it's hard right now. I mean, I'm just excited for our team and for our coaches. And I tell you what, coming off a short week, I thought our staff did a fantastic job, and I can't speak enough about that defense tonight. I mean, we tackled, we ran to the ball, we rushed the passer, we hit the guy, and I saw an effect. You held a Mike Leach offense to 13 points, and that's an incredible statement for our defense. I gave Scott Boone the game ball, and he deserves it. They had a hell of a plan. They did a great job. So we're excited. Everybody's taking tomorrow off. They've earned it. And we'll come back Sunday and start getting ready for another Pac-12 opponent. Like I said earlier in the week, it's just one win. I understand that. It's a statement game just for tonight, and when we get to tomorrow, it's over. But it's a good win. It's a good win. I'm very proud of our team. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Can you just talk a little bit about the strategy that you and Scott talked about? There was a lot of unbalanced defense. You showed blitz. You backed out of it. What was the idea?
The idea was to get the quarterback out of his comfort zone. He liked to get the ball out of his hand quickly. We wanted to show him something pre-snap and then try to take it away and see if we could get him to hold on to it, because we felt like we could pressure the passer. And we also felt like if we could make him go through his progression, number 2, number 3, number 4, and we got some heat, there was a chance he might throw it to us. And he did once, right? No, twice. So Kendall Johnson, freshman. Am I right? It was Kendall who got it, right? Hell of a play. Slow, got caught. Would have liked to seen a score, but other than that, yeah. I mean, we wanted to show him one thing pre-snap and then take it away. And I thought our guys did a great job of executing the plan.
Probably don't want to use the word perfect, but could you imagine your defense playing as well as it did tonight?
Somebody asked me earlier in the week if this had to be 55-52. I did not think that had to be the case. I did not. I just wasn't dumb enough to say it on Tuesday. And again, all the credit goes to Scott, the defensive staff, and our players. So.
How proud of you are of your offensive line for not allowing a single sack?
Great. More importantly, I'm proud of the offensive line. Austin Corbett played hurt tonight. We went up against a physically large defensive front, and we ran it well enough to win the game. Would I love 5 yards of carry? Sure. But if you multiply 3.8 3 times, it's a first down. So we ran it well enough. We possessed the football. And when we needed to run it and when we needed to try and wear them down in the second half, we did so effectively. I'm very, very, very – I mean, look, guys, in my opinion, we won all three phases of the game. We won on offense because we ran it well enough, and when we had to convert some third downs, we did. We converted a fourth down deep in the red zone. I felt like clearly our defense won, and our coverage units weren't great, but our kids stepped up and made a big-time field goal, and those points were very, very important. So we won in all three phases of the game tonight.
Was the offensive game plan just to keep running the ball and keep it close in the fourth quarter, and that's when you kind of figured it out?
No, the offensive game plan was to run the ball and get ahead. We were not in this. We did not call this game to stay close. We called it to win it, which is why I ran the fake punt, which is why I went for it on fourth down. We were here to win this game, not keep it close and hope that we would be there. We felt like we could run the ball, and we did. We didn't do it great, but we did it well enough. The game plan was to run it so that we wouldn't go 3 and out and put our defense back out there. We wanted to try and frustrate Washington State's offense by keeping them on the sideline and just try to turn over the field and extend some drives. And then we felt like in the passing game, if we ran it effectively enough, some shots would open up. We didn't take very many shots down the field, but when we needed to throw it to convert some big third downs, we did so effectively. It wasn't pretty. I understand that, but it was good enough.
It seemed like there were a number of 3 and outs fairly early in the game, but you stuck with it. Was there maybe a Rutgers game film plan out of that?
No, that's more of the keep chopping. That's about our demeanor, about stay with the plan, don't panic, just play the next play. We'll be fine. That defense is more athletic and bigger than Southern Utah, as you would imagine. It took a couple series to get adjusted to it. That's a Pac-12 opponent. They got real dudes over there. It took us a series or two to get used to how they were playing, but we got adjusted. And nobody panicked. We didn't panic with our play calling. Nobody panicked on the sidelines. We found our groove and we got more effective. And the change of tempo helped us. And obviously Cody's big run, on the zone read and out of the tempo was a big shot in the arm.
You guys had the momentum early, and then it looked like you lost a little bit the second half of the second quarter, and then you got it back. What happened at that point for you to get it back?
I think our guys just kept their poise. Nobody panicked. The plays that we weren't making in terms of finishing blocks and finishing runs and tackling in space and leveraging the football, we got back to doing that stuff the right way. But the biggest takeaway for me is that at the end of the first half, I do agree that momentum may have slipped a little bit, but we kept our poise. And we came out in the second half and we finished. And that, I think, is part of the maturity of this football team from a year ago.
Coach, I know it's pretty early on, but what kind of confidence does your team have going into Arizona?
I know right now they feel okay.
Yeah, they feel pretty good.
Look, Arizona's a really good football team. I watched the UNLV game. I caught bits and pieces last night. UTSA gave them a scare down in San Antonio, so obviously that'll get their attention. But, guys, I'll be real honest with you. We got the day off tomorrow. I'm not going to start thinking about Arizona until Sunday morning. I want to go reintroduce myself to my wife and children, see my kids awake, as the rest of our staff. It's short week's hard. Our players want to go enjoy a night and hopefully be safe. But go have some fun with the student body and their teammates, and we'll start worrying about Arizona Sunday morning. Look, it's a Pac-12 opponent on the road. It'll be a challenge, I have no doubt, but I just kind of want to enjoy this one through the end of the night.
How important were those early turnovers, and especially that first one getting the ball from the 12-yard line?
Huge, and it really, the turnover bails me out for the fake punt. I don't regret it, but it gets me off the hook. Again, we came out to win the game, and we knew we were going to have to take some chances. But I think it goes back to, again, the resiliency and the heart that, we run the fake punt, it doesn't work, and the defense goes out there and says, all right, let's go play. Let's just go play. And they picked us up. They picked me up. And, obviously it's a huge play. And then for us to get it, we kind of been sputtering on offense. And, Kendall makes the pick. We get it on the 12, and we punch it in, which was big, that we didn't settle for a field goal. We found a way to punch it in. And that's when I think the offense started to feel some confidence that we could execute.
56 runs to 21 passes. Is that kind of how you see this offense in the game?
No, I'd like to throw it a little bit more and be a little bit more effective, but that's what this game dictated. I mean, you compartmentalize each game and say, all right, we got to do X, Y, Z to win this game, and we knew we had to run it in this one.
One of the other, I think, big plays was that fourth down play down by the end zone that they ended up reviewing. How big a play was that?
I think it's a really big deal. I mean, it's you mean the review on the 4th and short?
On the 4th and short where Jackson got it.
A review was not necessary. I mean, he got it. I mean, when they measured it was by over a football. I can appreciate the fact that they felt on a 4th down they had to make sure, but we had very little doubt in our mind.
But the play itself,
It's a big deal. I mean, we're going to win the game. We didn't want to settle for a field goal. We felt like at that point we could run power and get a yard, and we got a yard and a half. So, and credit to our kids. We had to make plays to win the games or win the game, and when we had to make a play, we found a way to make it.
You ran on 24 of 28 first down plays. I mean, is that kind of trying to instill an identity in this team? We're going to be a run system, and we're going to be physical, and we're going to be tough.
I mean, that was the theme of the week, was that we were going to try to be tough guys and try to be physical in terms of how it affects the play calling. The theme or the identity we're trying to create, that doesn't affect play calling per se. It's more about how the game's going. But we didn't want to get behind the chains. I mean, we felt like we had to be efficient on first down because against this group we were going to be much better in 3rd and manageable than we're going to be in 3rd and 11. And that's what we're trying to avoid. And the way to do that is to win on first down and try to get to 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. So what we're trying to do was win on first down and make sure that we're in manageable late downs.
Probably missed a few more tackles on defense than you would like, but I mean, is this like the perfect game film of this is how you fly together?
Yeah, it's a great example of hanging together and fighting through adversity. And I thought our scouts did a great job this week. Again, all the credit to our defensive staff, but I mean, we don't have anybody on the scout team that looks like number 1 from Wazoo. Nobody. Hunter Freilich did a great job this week getting the ball out of his hands and trying to show us what Halliday was going to look like. But I mean, that's real speed out there. So.
One more for Coach. Duran and Henderson look like the only 2 guys that got banged up.
Duran got caught in an awkward position on the interception and took a shot. I don't know the extent of it. I know our doctors have evaluated him. Hassan, I think, will be okay. Again, Austin Corbett, redshirt freshman, gutted it out today. We weren't sure until pregame whether or not he was going to be ready to go. We will come in tomorrow for treatment, the guys that need it, so I'll have a better picture medically tomorrow. But I would imagine right now everybody's adrenaline's pumping pretty good, and that'll help heal some of the hurt. So, all right, we good? Thanks, guys.
I thought it was great. They forced 2 turnovers for us, got us the ball. We never felt pressured to score on every drive, which is great. Defensively, just did a tremendous job of continuing to stick with it. And we knew, it was almost like the Southern Utah game. We knew that, they were battling for us, so we wanted to battle back for them, and kind of gelled towards the end there.
Offensively, was it, if you're not getting rushing yards early on, let's keep doing it. We're going to wear them down eventually. Was that kind of the mindset going?
Yeah, our mindset was, it's Washington State. First off, they throw it every down, so their defense is used to seeing a pass. Obviously the rush is different for them, and so we kind of try to take advantage of that, where we're going to run it on them because they're not used to seeing power. They're not used to seeing zone read. All they're used to is, dropping back and spreading them out and throwing the ball all over the place. So we figured that was one of our strengths, was to just continue to run it on them, wear them down, and take passing shots when we have the chance.
Being a Pac-12 team, is that a reaffirmation of what you think this team can do and the potential you've seen this play?
We've been saying it all year, even starting the offseason. This team's got something special brewing. This is just another game for us, a big game. Playing a Pac-12 opponent at home. I think this is my first time playing a Pac-12 opponent at home other than playing them away. So it's good to get a big win in front of our Mackay fans.
Talk about Butler's development.
Sometimes when he's making these runs, I don't even think of him as a true freshman. He's seeing the hole really well. 4 minute, he's staying in bounds. He's covering the ball with two hands. So his progression has been tremendous, and it makes my job a lot easier. When your running back's very smart, very tuned in. I thought Don Jackson has brought him along very well, and he's going to be a really good player here.
Last week, it seemed that Jericho was the number one receiver. This week, Washington State shut him down. Could you talk about that a little bit?
It was more to how much we wanted to run the ball. And I think we threw it 20 times. And anytime you throw it 20 times, you're not going to really have a big day at receiving core. But we ran the ball. The offensive line did a great job. No sacks, which is awesome for me to sit up here and say. The receivers blocked downfield. They made catches when they had to, and our running backs ran hard. I think it was a good offensive effort, but overall it was a good team win.
Cody, obviously didn't take any sacks this game, but you did have one kind of big collision that you got tripped up in your long run. What kind of happened there? I mean, was it a shoulder injury? Was it kind of a blow to the head, or what was it?
I had the ball, and I fell on the ball, kind of knocked the wind out of me. So it wasn't anything too serious, but obviously when you get the wind knocked out of you, it's never a good thing.
The last couple of years when you're on the sideline and the defense is on the field, you probably don't feel super comfortable or confident. I guess, how is the feeling different this year when you're watching the defense out there?
When you hold a team like Washington State to 13 points, the confidence is through the roof, especially for us offensive guys. And the pressure that's taken off of us from trying to score every drive is awesome as well. We go out there, we understand that we just got to move the ball. We don't have to get it all back in one play. We just got to go out there, play our game, execute our game plan, and it's a lot easier.
What do you think about where the offense is right now? I mean, you happy with what you're seeing?
I'm very happy with the where we're at. Is we had to run the ball to win this game. Last week we had to throw the ball to win it. So that kind of shows that we can run the ball if we have to. We can throw it if we have to. And obviously everyone's doing a great job. Offensive line, like I said, a tremendous job tonight. Receivers, the difference is the receivers aren't selfish. They understand how big this win is. No one came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm open, I need the ball." It's unselfish in this offense, and that's what's going to take us far.
What kind of a season scene setter do you think tonight?
I think it's a big confidence thing, especially playing back-to-back Pac-12 teams. For us to get one under our belt and some of these young guys to know what it feels like to beat a Pac-12 opponent. Going into Arizona, obviously, playing our first away game will be interesting. But I think we're ready for the challenge. I think this just gave us tremendous confidence, like I said, and we just got to execute our game plan and kind of just watch film. And at least it's not a short week, so we can get maximum amount of film, at least I can, and our offensive line can figure it out, and we can get some more practices under our belt.
Is this the most important one you've had here?
I'd say it's one of the most important ones I've had. Yeah, anytime you beat a Pac-12 opponent or anyone in the Big Five conferences is obviously a big deal, and you can tell, especially in the seniors' eyes, that it was a big win. I know Matt Gallis came up to me, probably hugged me like 6 or 7 times, and you just know, and Brock as well. You just kind of go up to these guys. You know how much this win means. Obviously, to get it at home is even more special.
It seemed to be a little more physical than an average game and a little chippy out there too. Is that accurate?
I think frustration was high on their end from us running the ball. They're pretty frustrated, and it got chippy, but that's good competition. We like that. We like when the opposing team, kind of gets in your face and lights a fire under you almost. And our offensive line responded well. Obviously, we wish we can get some of those penalties back, but, a great win like this will bring the team a long way.
Fans started chanting defense at the end of the game. When was the last time you heard that around here?
Honestly, I don't know. it's pretty special to see that everyone else is recognizing how hard our defense played and how much they've, Coach Boone coming in here and changing the whole culture of our defense. He's done a tremendous job of just making those guys believe. And, it's not just all about the pistol offense anymore. We have a good football team. It's not like we have a good offense or good defense. We have a good football team this year.
Thank you.
Questions for Brock? Brock, you were trending like crazy on Twitter tonight. I guess ESPN was spent a lot of time with your face on the television. Any thoughts on that?
I'm unaware of that. I didn't really know that was going on. I'm just proud of my team right now. That was probably one of the funnest games I've played in since I've been here.
Where the defensive effort tonight, was it as good as you've seen?
Absolutely. There was so much energy out there, from the fans, from our team, from the offense. It was just truly unbelievable. It was a special game.
Why did it work? Why were you guys able to shut them down?
Honestly, because we wanted it more. It's one of those things that you look at a Pac-12 opponent, and they have all the bells and whistles. They got the nice uniforms, all that. We're just blue-collar guys, and you know what? The senior class has, made it a point for this team to love the game of football and to go out there and every single chance that we get on that field to leave it out, empty the tank, and that's what we did today as a team.
You had to like how aggressive you guys came out, a couple of early blitzes. Jordan got a sack, Duran got a sack. I mean, that's how you like to play football, right?
Absolutely. Full throttle, 100 miles an hour all the time.
You had to go through a couple of tough years defensively. What kind of pride do you have in this unit and what they did tonight?
Like I said, I'm so proud of our defense. Coach Boone came in with a great plan, and you know what? This was his first, Pac-12 win, so I congratulate him on that. But like I said, our defense is truly something special. Everyone functions, at the same page. We all have so much energy out there, and we all know that, everyone's going to pick each other up. It's a brotherhood out there. It's not, we have a couple guys making plays, people over there, aren't doing this, doing that. No, it's not how our defense is right now. Our defense is fine-tuned. We're flying around, and we're playing great football.
Obviously, you guys are more confident, given the last couple of games. How does that confidence, matriculate on the field and help you guys, have the confidence?
Me personally, I think confidence is a huge part of football, and so only the more games that we win as a defense is just going to make our defense that much better. We trust everyone out there. Guys were making plays today. I mean, I didn't even know what was going on half the time. People were flying around. They were making hits. Tempers were flying, but it was great. It's fun to play football.
They started to drive the ball a little bit more in the second half. You guys really made them settle for field goal attempts. What was the key to your red zone defense success?
Go get the football. Basically, we just got in there, said that, we're not going to let them go anywhere. We're going 3 and out every time from here on out for the rest of the game. We're not going to let them score. And you know what? We played great.
Brock, looking at the resiliency of some of these guys, Mack had a big personal foul penalty early on. So Jared Gibson dropped a big pass, but they both came back and made big plays. Is that kind of the difference between, maybe this season and last season? All these guys are more resilient than this year, and they kind of know what's more at stake.
To a certain extent, I don't know if penalties are the best way to, show that, but you can just tell by their intensity on the field that, guys like Gallus, guys like Cody, Jordan Hansen, even Jordan Dobrich, who's not a senior, but treats the seniors with respect and wants to send them out winning. Guys were really just flying around out there, and you see that aggression because there's so much passion in this game.
What do you think this can do for the season, a win like this?
We talked a lot of seniors, and this was the game that kind of set the tone for the season. As a senior class, we've gone into Cal and we've won. We've played some of the greatest teams, in the nation. And as a senior class, we were not intimidated by a Pac-12 opponent. As for the young guys, I don't know. I feel like that, big stage, at least, my freshman year when I was playing and when I was young, the big stages, made me nervous. So what I think this game did was install confidence in the rest of the team that, we can compete with anyone.
Anything else for Brock?
All right. Thank you, guys. You guys have a good one.
Questions for Dobie?
What do you think was the key to your defensive success tonight?
I've touched on this previously in earlier interviews, but I think it was energy. I think that's what we brought. I think that's what we've been bringing this season, a little bit different, is energy and unity. Unity, most definitely.
How was this game different for the linebackers? I mean, it seemed like obviously you guys were tough to keep out.
Yeah. Kind of how we discussed is basketball and grass. We knew they were going to be throwing the ball around all over the place. So mentally we were prepared for that, and in practice and stuff we'd physically prepared for that, and schematically prepared for that. So really it wasn't anything that we hadn't expected coming into the game. But I mean, what it comes down to is running to the ball and tackling. And there were times when our tackling wasn't exactly great, but we had guys run to the ball. So I mean, there's a missed tackle here, but all of a sudden we have 3 guys run to the ball. They can gang tackle. And I think that's really what got us tonight.
You guys came out pretty aggressive, a lot of blitzes early, forced a couple of turnovers. I mean, do you feel like there's a different mindset where the defense can go out and win a game this year as opposed to just not lose a game last year?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a different mindset from last year. If what you were saying was that we went out to play not to lose last year, but I think that we are definitely playing more tenaciously this year, more aggressively, and a little bit more hungry than we have previously. It's just it's kind of the way the plays are called, and like I said, it's the energy that we play with.
You guys showed a lot of looks on defense. Was it, and obviously a short week as well, was it difficult to get all that put together in time for this game? Did you feel like you guys were ready the moment the first ball was snapped?
I really attribute the fact that we were prepared. I didn't feel that we lacked preparation, but I attribute that to the coaching staff. They made things really easy on us, and we knew it was a short week. And I think the players brought it to the table like, hey, we're here to work. We know it's a short week. We're not going to complain. We're just going to come out and play. But I really think it comes down to the coaches making it easy for us to prepare. It wasn't anything where we were sitting back looking at the playbook like, whoa, this is something we've never seen before. It clicked with us, and we just ran and executed the plays.
What did you think of hearing the fans chanting defense towards the end of the game?
It's nice. It's really nice because it seems as though, and being a defensive player, it really makes me happy because it seems as though it's always been an offensive powerhouse here at the university. And now it's good that the defense can win games too, and that people see that. And we just like to go out there, and we still play as a team. It's never going to be offense versus defense, but it's nice to know that we did our part tonight.
They obviously have a very good quarterback. I mean, do you feel like you flustered him or maybe got him out of his rhythm early on, especially?
I do feel like we flushed him a little bit earlier. We were pressuring him. We landed home a couple times, and that was one of our goals was to keep him under address. So I think that worked out pretty well.
Anything else for Dobie? All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jordan.
What's going on, you guys?
Questions for Doc?
You guys maybe weren't getting the rushing yards you wanted early in the game, but I mean, was the mentality is, we're going to wear them down by the fourth quarter, we're going to be getting those big chunks of yards?
Yeah, we came in with the mindset that we were gonna try to just grind them down the entire game. And Coach Polian and Coach Rolo said that from the jump, this is gonna be a 60-minute ball game, and we're gonna pound and pound and pound the whole entire game till they don't want to play anymore. So I feel like we did a great job, and we ran it effectively towards the end. We did what we needed to do.
What do you think that you can show against
I just try my best to be a big brother to him in all aspects, just life, football, and I want him to just be as successful as possible, because if my number 2 is really, really good, then that gives me no ceiling. You know what I mean? So we try our best to push each other in practice, and he's just like a little brother to me. That's what he's became, and I'm just trying to just keep him going because he's got his head on right, and he loves his team, and he loves what we're doing, and he believes in this program. So basically, just trying to just tell him to run hard. That's all I can really tell him, and that's what we do in this offense: just run hard, hold on to the football.
2 games into the season, you're already halfway to last year's win total. How is the mentality of this year's team different from last year?
I said it in the locker room to my guys. We feel like this is the beginning of something special, and we've been feeling like that for a long time. People didn't understand why we were so confident, and these are the reasons why we feel like that this is a special season for us, and we're just gonna keep working hard and just try to knock down team after team.
Now you kind of have a tangible, win to show. How much does that help the confidence overall of the team, knowing that their belief is starting to turn into wins over the team?
Yeah, I mean, it pays dividend for us. It's really good because now everybody is, just like I said, in belief. Like everybody believes into what we got going on. Everybody believes in this system that we got going. And offensively, I was telling Cody on the field, it may not be the prettiest thing, but the most important thing is to win. So we're just gonna keep focused on doing what we do and preparing the right way, and look up at the scoreboard and pray it's a win.
You mentioned belief. You have to have a different belief when the defense is on the field that they're going to do big things and make the plays for you.
I got 100% trust and belief in that defense. I was telling them be the best defense in the century, and they've been balling out. And when they step on the field, I'm knowing we're going right back out. So, I mean, John, Dobie, Brock, Chuck, all those guys, they're leading that defense, and they're flying around and making tackles, and I've never seen the defense play this good, and I'm just really, really excited about it. Like, really excited.
So you've never seen this defense play this good, or
A defense. I've never been a part of a defense that played so good, and I love it.
You guys haven't really had a breakaway run yet. It's only 2 games in, I know,
Mm-hmm.
but you've had some long, like a handful of 12, 13, 14 play drives.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that better? Would you rather be scoring from a yard out or from 20, 30 yards out?
I mean, we'll take them out how they come. I mean, it's tough to say that, you don't want those long 60-yard runs and those big plays and those big throws down the field, but we're just going to take it how it is. I mean, this is what the offense is built for, and the big plays will come. We just got to keep stabbing at what we're doing. We just got to keep believing in the system and keep doing, just everybody do their job, and those big plays will happen.
Don, what kind of message do you want to send to the fans that just the university? I mean, obviously it was a whiteout tonight. Do you feel like that energized you? What kind of message?
It was such an incredible just atmosphere tonight, and I love our fans, the Pack faithful. I love them, and they were. I mean, I hate to say it, but they were our 12th man tonight. They were the people out there cheering for us, screaming, and every third down got the defense hype, cheering for us when we scored touchdowns. I mean, the atmosphere was crazy, and it did play a big part in the game tonight.
You not only got 2 turnovers from them, but none on your side. How big is that in a game like this? You carried the ball. You guys carried the ball 56 times. To put it on the turf. How big is that?
It's extremely important because turnovers. I mean, I feel we did a good job with it last year, and that was we want to go in with the same mentality with this season. We don't want to turn over the ball at all. So I mean, it plays a big part in these big games because when the defense is getting takeaways, and then we're not giving the ball up, that keeps us on the field longer and takes the other team's offense off the field. So it's really important, especially in games like this.
Anything else? That'll do it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Tomorrow's an off day, most likely back 5:15 Sunday. Thanks.